MrTLexify is a Call of Duty Zombies YouTuber with over 1 million subs, and a month ago or so, he got into some controversy because his ex, the girl on the left here, came out with a Google document making PDF grooming type accusations towards him. And, at first, as is usually the case, people were up in arms and ready to cancel Lex. But he ended up releasing a video, it was like an hour long. And after that, it seemed like the internet at large felt that he had vindicated himself and, in fact, kind of flipped the script on his ex-girlfriend because the age gap between these two was she was 16 and he was 19. So, like 2.5 years, somewhere around there. And at later on, when this girl was 21, she was pursuing a 17-year-old and lying to the 17-year-old's parents about her age, saying that she was also 17 when she was 21, so a 4-year age gap, and ended up getting kicked out of that house because the parents were like not cool with whatever was going on. And he also showed that she basically was like literally blackmailing him, um, asking him to send her a bunch of money or she would release, all of this info more or less. So she made the accusations in this Google Doc. He responds. People feel like he mostly exonerated himself, except for one main issue, I would say it seemed like that some people were still talking about, and that was he mentioned after some fight or something with Reagan, the girl here, he went and talked to a 13-year-old fan of his for like guidance or to be consoled or something. And he didn't really give any justification for it or anything like that. He sort of just mentioned it in the video. And so obviously a lot of people are like, that's a little bit strange. Why were you doing that? And it seems like that's the one thing that he sort of felt the need to follow up on after all this happened, because Reagan also released a response video to all of this, but it had actual CP in it from when these two were dating and she was underage. So that video got taken down and she like edited it, put another one up, and that one got taken down. Just a big mess. But so I'll just go full screen for a second here. This is the video where he responds to the talking to a 13-year-old about his relationship sort of thing. And it wasn't like he was pursuing this 13-year-old or anything. It was like he was just talking to this 13-year-old about his other relationship, to be clear. It wasn't any sort of PDF grooming things that were in this conversation as far as we're aware. But yeah, so he does this 40-minute video about Black Ops 6 Zombies is doomed. And about 39.5 minutes in or so, he gives us a little update on this situation.
I really just hope Call of Duty moves away from this Warzone engine, especially for the Black Ops 2 sequel for Zombies coming out next year, but it just doesn't seem like it, as most of the people who actually play COD Zombies, primarily on YouTube, didn't even get invited for this event. It just shows that Treyarch is—
Can you believe that? They didn't even get invited to the Treyarch event.
a new company moving into a modernized era, and it's absolutely undeniable that Warzone has ruined the identity of Call of Duty Zombies. I want to conclude with one final note clarifying the accusations thrown at me from the drama with my ex.
Is that not just so bizarre? He goes from talking about the state of the next Call of Duty Zombies, I think, or maybe this one, I don't know. Saying, yeah, they don't even give the biggest zombies YouTubers an invite to these events. Like, they just don't understand the community. So anyway, about messaging this 13-year-old. This is just very odd. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the reason that he did this is because, most people won't hear about it. But he did now technically respond, and he can say he responded to that. But, his regular fans, for the most part, aren't really going to see this because it's at the very end of a 40-minute video.
Accusation note brought up about a fan named Alex that messaged me and tried to frame me as someone who would visit her when she was 13 years old is a misconstrued lie. Alex took a username made by Pure Softy called Lex My Babe, which uploaded
So this is very weird because this is a fan of his, and they're going to using an account called Lex My Babe. That's already weird to me. I would definitely be weirded out by that. You know, obviously it's a little bit different. You got 1.5 million subs versus a couple hundred, but still.
baby photos of me that I had only ever thought my mother had of me. So I was beyond
Yeah, so I should have let him finish there. But so she has that account, Lex My Babe, and it has a bunch of baby pictures on it that he thought nobody knew about or had besides his mom. And he texts her, I don't know what they're saying before this, but he says, actually, no. If you're wondering the way I heard about you, I hope this isn't awkward or anything, because to me, it really isn't, and it really shouldn't be. But I saw your account through my tags and stuff, and I was like, dang, who's this? And how's she getting all my mom's photos of me and stuff? Ah ha ha. I thought it was cute and funny. What? Thinking that's cute and funny is just bizarre to me. Somebody has a fan page named after you, and they're posting baby pictures that you didn't think anybody had. And you're like, oh, that's cute and funny. I mean, you are fully YouTube brained or something. That's wild. But then she says, "Ah, that warms my heart. I'll remember that you're always open. Don't worry. I'm actually so happy right now. Ah."
perplexed as to how these private images of me had ended up on the internet. Alex insinuated to
And then she says, "Here." He's about to say that she insinuated that she was in college, but then the text puts up here. She says, "Well, I doubt you're doing the same as me, but I'm thinking of studying archaeology." Which you know, you could think maybe they're in college, but it also could very much be somebody who's thinking about going to college in a year or whatever. That doesn't really say that to me. But he replies, "Not quite. I'm doing a bachelor's of arts right now, though. But I'm." He loves the all caps but I'm thinking of quitting YouTube one day and switching to medicine. Ooh, the day you finally decide to leave YouTube will be a very sad day. He just says, yeah, it will be very sad. It'll probably be once Black Ops 4 finishes its DLC cycle, but other than that, I'm still here for the people.
me that she was in university when we first conversed, and I'd only ever mentioned going up to Codename Pizza's wedding.
Yeah, so that's the only thing he shows about that, and it says that she's roughly in the age of people that are in college, but it doesn't. That to me doesn't say, oh, this person's an adult in college. It definitely does not on its own say that. And if you're being responsible as a as an adult, you would just probably, make that confirmation, you would think.
Never to go visit this woman, especially as she was
Oh, I don't think I read that. Read that real
Codename
quick.
Pizza's
But she says ooh to something. He says, I'm coming up to Codename Pizza's wedding soon because he's getting married too. And then he adds, this was also in the UK, not Ireland. Had not told me her real age at this point in the conversation. So before he says she insinuated that she was in college, but then he also says she hadn't told me her age. It's like, okay, well then if you're saying that, it seems like you shouldn't use that text as proof that she was in college.
wedding. Never to go visit this woman, especially as she was avoiding telling me her age. Alex then decided to message me about her suicidal past, in which I
Yeah. I still can't believe this is real. Like I'm actually talking to you. I can't thank you enough for talking to me. I've been going through a tough part of my life, and honestly, just talking to you has made me feel 100 times better. Like, for example, today I was genuinely happy getting up. I haven't spoken about this to anyone, but I feel like I can trust you. Really, really weird. 'Cause you feel like you can trust this YouTuber because you chatted with him a bit in text. There have been times in the past year and a half where I have thought about cutting myself and doing stuff I shouldn't, but thankfully I haven't because of you. Like, that's such a weird message to me. I would be very much wanting to distance myself from this person ASAP without, like, hurting their feelings really bad. um, Now, I know that that sounds really cheesy, but honestly, it's true. You've actually made my life better. Like, just seeing that you've tweeted something or posted a video just makes me feel better, knowing that I'm probably going to laugh a lot. It means so much to me to know that you're here and willing to talk to me when nobody else will. So thank you. That's just too much, way too much. I would not want to be interacting with a fan that's that emotionally invested. It's creepy. It just is. And then this is a tweet of her saying to follow this account, Lex my babe.
I gave advice to her and hope she would continue living as
And then these are, it's like a summary of some chat app that gets sent to emails. And so, a lot of these I didn't really get much from, but it's all good. Don't worry, I didn't forget you. Talk soon, I guess. Look, dog, you have a lot to live for. People care about you, your parents. Don't worry. It's all good. Vent it out. Like, just weird conversations to be having with, with a fan like this, a very young fan.
as evidence from one of her own deleted posts. As said in my last video, there was never anything inappropriate ever said before or after Alex told me her real age. I'd simply wanted to help a kind fan. My legal case is ongoing, and so I plan to continue uploading content on both of my channels. If you don't want to watch, you're more than welcome to leave, but I will always put my heart on my sleeve and help others, as I'm simply not a content.
This is his audio, not mine. This is his audio that's doing this. And he highlights this comment from just some random hater that has 500 views. But they say, if Tlexify is so innocent, then why hasn't he uploaded to YouTube in over a month? And Lex adds, this dude thinks my only purpose in the world is to make content for him, lol. Like, why do you even entertain something like that? There's no reason you should have to entertain stupid stuff like that. It gets 2,500 views. That would be like if you responded to one of my videos. And only D6 is dumb enough to do that so far. But I think
Content machine, but a person trying to help others.
so not like this horrible, evil, creepy thing or whatever, just weird again. And I do think it's especially weird that he chose to hide this at the end of a 40-minute video. To me, that seems like he just wants to technically have a response, and you say, oh, I responded to that, and, there was nothing inappropriate or whatever, which, to be fair, seems like there wasn't. It was just weird that you would be talking to a 13-year-old about your relationship. What are they possibly going to offer? They can't even give another 13-year-old relationship advice, right? They're not going to be able to help an adult at all.